invite Miss Najla and Miss Amelia to begin the interview session.
Yes, thank you.
Good morning and welcome to Lingolite English course. Thank you for coming today, guys. And my name is Shada and this is my colleague Hanifa. We'll be conducting your interview this morning.
Okay, before we begin, let me give you a quick overview. We'll start with introduction, then move on your question about your background, teaching methods, classroom management, and professional growth. At the end, you have a chance to ask questions as well.
Alright, let's get started. Could you please introduce yourself briefly?
Okay, good morning. My name is Amelia Mayanti and I graduated from the English Education Department at University of Sebelas Maret. I've been teaching English to children and teenagers for about 2 years and I really enjoy helping students gain confidence in using English for communication.
Okay, nice to meet you, Amel. And how about you, Najla?
Good morning, my name is Najla Kila and I also from English Education Department from Sebelas Maret University. I've been working as a private English tutor for 6 months. All of the semi-interactive lesson and making students excited when they learning English.
That's wonderful. So, what motivates you to apply as an English teacher here at Lingolite?
For me, I've heard that Lingolite focus on communication and creativity, so I want to be part of a place that encourages students to learn English in a fun and meaningful way.
Inspired by Lingolite's missions to make English learning engaging and practical, I believe this environment will help me grow as a teacher and contribute positively to student learning the journey.
Okay, that's great to hear. Now, let's talk about teaching strategies. How do you usually introduce and teach new vocabulary to beginner students?
I usually use pictures, flashcards, and real-life objects to make new words easier to understand. Then I ask students to use those words in games or short dialogues so they can practice naturally.
I also use gesture and visual aids to help them remember. After that, I give them simple speaking tasks like describing the picture or making short role play to build their confidence.
Okay, sounds engaging. Now let's move on to classroom management. Suppose one of your students is very shy and rarely speaks in class. What would you do to encourage them?
For me, I give them pair or small group activities so they don't feel pressure to speak in front of everyone. And I also give positive feedback for every small effort they make. Gradually, I assign them simple speaking roles.
And for me, I first try to understand what makes the students shy. Then I give them short, low-stress speaking opportunities. Over time, with encouragements, they become more comfortable when they speak.
Okay, that's the full approach. Now, imagine you have a class where some students are advanced while others are struggling. How would you handle that situation?
Okay, so for me, I prepare tier tasks, more challenging one for advanced students and simple ones for beginners. And I also use peer teaching so stronger students can help their classmates.
I also vary the types of activities to make sure everyone stay engaged. And differentiate interaction will help the balance in the class.
Nice strategies. Let's talk about technology. Have you ever integrated digital tools into your lesson?
Yes, I haven't used Kahoot, quizzes, and Wordwall for vocabulary games and reviews. I also like using videos and slides from Canva to make lessons more dynamic.
I've also used Genially for interactive lesson and Google Form for quick quizzes. I think technology helps the students stay motivated and makes learning more visual and interactive.
Okay, that's great. Now let's go into a short classroom scenario. Imagine some student kept using their first language in the class, even you have reminded them to speak English. What would you do?
For me, I set up an English zone policy and make it fun. Maybe give small points or stickers for students who try to speak English. Positive reinforcement usually works better than strict rules, I think.
For me, I keep the atmosphere still positive. I model English myself consistently and give simple challenge like English only for 10 minutes so students can build the habit gradually.
Excellent answer. Teaching can be challenging at times. What's the biggest challenge you faced so far as an English teacher, and how did you overcome it?
For me, one challenge I faced was handling students with different motivation levels. I tried using more interactive activities and offering small rewards to encourage participation. It really helped improve assessment.
For me, it was keeping young learner focused. I overcame it by using movement-based game, song, short activity that match their attention span. Keeping lesson fun make a bigger difference.
Okay, that's very true. Continuous improvement is also important for teachers. How do you plan to keep developing your teaching skills if you are accepted at Lincoln Lab?
I love to join professional development like workshop, observe seniors, teachers, and learn from feedback. I also like exploring new approaches like project-based learning and gamification.
After read article or watch webinar about teaching methods, I believe sharing ideas with fellow teachers is also a great way to grow.
That's great mindset, guys. So now for our final question, why do you think you're a good fit for Lingolet English course?
I believe my teaching style fits Lingolec's value. It's communicative, creative, and student-centered. I'm dedicated to helping students feel confident and enjoy learning English.
I am passionate about making lessons fun, meaningful, and sportive. I love to contribute to Lingolet missions and be a part of its teaching community.
Okay, thank you very much for your thoughtful answer. So, before we finish, do you have any question for us?
Yes. Could you tell me more about the teacher training and mentoring programs at Lingulai?
And I also want to know how teachers usually collaborate when designing lesson or materials.
Those are great questions. We hold monthly workshop and collaborative lesson planning session where teachers can share ideas and support each other.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much for coming today. We really appreciate your time and your enthusiasm. We'll review the interview result and contact you soon.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.